So you've heard of Daggerheart, so what's it like? I'm here to tell you. Note this is from a game master's perspective. If you want to know about a player perspective, please comment. First of all, if you want to try Daggerheart, I would highly recommend their one-shot adventure, the Sablewood Messengers. It's found on their resources or supplements page. You can download it for free. So I will be comparing it to D&D 5th edition, just a heads up. The Daggerheart focuses more on a narrative play and a less busy character sheet, as well as a less busy stat blocks for the DM to look at. As a game master, if I'm calling for a roll, if someone's exploring, I could just look and see, okay, instinct is the skill, so I just say roll an instinct roll, not a perception check. So usually you're just calling for the trait, and then if the player's experience lines up with anything, like not on my watch for Marlowe, the sorcerer here, you might get a bonus as a DM may permit it, and you can spend hope to get that extra bonus, kind of like a skill proficiency. But this way, the GM doesn't have to think, oh, I have to think of a skill for it. Is it perception? Is it investigation? Is it arcana? Etc. The players also do more narrative lifting. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look here. So Marlowe has connections here they have to fill out. They have to say, a certain character, I trust you with my life. Or a certain character, I owe you a favor. Again, this can be encouraged in 5e, but it's really cool to see that just on the base sheet in Daggerheart. It's actually an enemy in the one-shot that if it hits a player, the player must describe a terrifying memory from that character's childhood. We also have the 2d12 system, so a hope and a fear die. My players personally loved it. It encourages a lot of cooperation with the hope system, as the hope you can give somebody advantage, but not yourself. And from the DM's perspective, the fear is a resource. You can have up to 12 fear in your pool to control enemies, environments, etc. At one point in the one-shot, I had 8 fear, and my players were on edge as it was towards the end, so they knew I was saving it for the boss fight. So as a DM, as I was reading the one-shot, I was more focused on the story elements and the touch points, rather than the mechanics in each NPC stat block and whatnot. That being said, the monster stat blocks are really easy to use. So here's my thumb for perspective. This is the size of a stat block for 3 creatures. It's very easy for the DM, and you just basically scratch off if they're taking a hit point or stress, and you just check their main attack and any special abilities they might have below. In the one-shot, there's also an environmental factor you can control, which has an effect in the final battle. So a couple cons, I'd say the scaling rules aren't included in the one-shot. If you are running a small table of 2 or 3 players, you may have to be careful in the last encounter. Also less structure. Turns and actions are a little harder to figure out, how much fear to spend, etc. Certainly worth a try. Well, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.